I'm honestly not super excited to the thought of having a wedding. Now, this isn't to say that I don't want to get married. That's not what I'm saying, or that having any sort of celebration is bad or unwanted. But you have to plan an entire wedding day. And they say it's supposed to be the happiest day of your life, yet you're planning for everyone else to be happy and enjoy the day. Like, that doesn't sound fun to me. That doesn't sound like the happiest day of my life is worrying about 100 other people. Planning a wedding is a full-time job. I don't know if you guys know that. Like, obviously, you know that there's wedding planners, but there's a good reason why they're legitimate jobs. It's because it takes so much effort and work. You're having to micromanage. You're having to coordinate 3 different things of like, okay, the food is here at this time, and the wedding service has to be here, and the DJ has to be here, and a photographer. Like, it's a lot. It is a full-time job. And so it's like I'm expected to do that on top of working and then also cooking and doing errands. Like, that's insane to me. I actually reject the premise. I will not plan a wedding, actually, unless I am given the resources to do so in a way that's not stressful. And I noticed that a lot of women, some women do like wedding planning. They like that. But other women, they do it out of this obligation that they have to. And it's like, you don't have to do that. You don't have to have like a huge wedding thing. And it's like, yeah, while it is nice, everyone gets to have like a party. And I enjoy going to weddings. I think going to weddings is fun. But, you know, for it to be the happiest day of my life, that sure is a lot of work. To take a full-time job for 2 months planning a wedding, while I'm also having to work and do errands and cook and potentially clean to some extent. And that put a really bad taste in my mouth, honestly. Because you would think, like, every girl is, like, excited for her wedding day and everything. But as I hear more and more about what goes into it, I'm like, that doesn't sound very exciting to me. What would sound exciting to me is having a good photographer and getting to dress up really pretty and then being with the person that I love and having nice photos taken, having a good time. That sounds like a nice wedding day to me. So I don't think it's really that fun to have to, and this is, I know it's shocking. It's like, oh, but Brittany, you're so into like fashion and design, and you know, you draw oil pastels and you're so creative. And it's like, yeah, but I don't like that to feel like it's this job where I'm having to plan the flowers and like how much they cost. Like, flowers are expensive. I don't know if you guys know this, if you guys ever had to actually look into wedding planning, but flowers are like a bouquet like that is already like $500. You know those arch things that have the flowers on them that you get married under? That thing is like thousands of dollars. Like, it's no joke. And I don't know, it's just a lot of energy to have to coordinate everything. And some places do offer like an all-in-one thing, but you know, money is a factor. And I know a lot of women, the tradition is their parents pay for the wedding, but obviously I'm orphaned, so what, I'm gonna have to pay for the wedding. So it's supposed to be the happiest day of my life, but also I have to plan everything for 2 months. Okay, well, I still have to do everything else in life like normal. I have to take on a full-time job for 2 months or maybe longer to plan a wedding. And then I have to pay, what, $15,000 for it? Like, who am I paying it for? My parents aren't going to the wedding. I don't have siblings. What am I paying for? Who am I performing to? Who am I doing this for? Like, what's the point? That's how I feel about it. So you guys have to understand, I'm in a different position. I'm in an unconventional position where it doesn't make as much logical sense for me that it does for other people. Like, that's a lot. to have and do when you don't have parents or siblings going to the wedding. And it just doesn't sound fun to me to do all that work. It just sounds like work. I don't know, pay $15,000 for like 2 to 3 months of stress for like, what, like my grandma and a few friends to come? So that's kind of where I'm at with that. And also it feels like, so I'm not saying, when I say this, I'm not saying that if somebody does this, that it means that I would judge them for it. But I'm saying how I feel about it. I feel like it's low-key embarrassing for me to have to walk myself down the aisle, too. Like, it just feels weird. It's like, what am I doing this for? It's like, yeah, like, could I have my uncle do it? Yeah, but it's like, it just puts a bad taste in my mouth to do this whole song and dance for nobody and then waste $15,000 on it. It just seems like a lot better of a deal to have like a nice outfit on and wedding dress on, all that, and then your husband does the same with his outfit, looks nice, and you get a nice photographer, and you do your I-dos and have a little nice outing. That's what I think. But I'm also in a weird situation that most other people aren't in. And also, even if you say, well, Brittany, you can plan a wedding for like $5,000 if you try really hard. If you try really, really hard, it's like, yeah, in theory you could, but it's also really easy to make a wedding look cheap. And it gets to a point where it's like, that's just tacky. And I don't really want to do that. I don't really want to have like a tacky wedding. So, I mean, it's a different story if it's like, oh, you know, you hire a wedding planner and the resources are there for that, and it's just like it falls to my lap and everything is low stress. Yeah, okay. Maybe I changed my mind, but this is my thought process with it. Like, if you have the luxury of your parents paying for it, then go for it. But I do not. So, and also, people, they have this wedding idea of, like, people, meaning the bride, like the idea of, like, walking down the aisle and everyone's eyes are on them because they, like, look so pretty. And it's like, I have hundreds of eyes on me every day. I'm good. I actually don't need to do that. So that's my thinking. But it's a little bit controversial, I think. Some people agree with me and they're more like, what would the word be? Pragmatic or like logical? But other people are not going to agree with me. But hey, if you have the luxury to do it, then do it. I think in this economy, not the best choice. Even if you have money, because it's to the point where people are like talking about how it's not enough money to retire if you have $5 million, right? So even if you're doing well, it's $15,000 is still $15,000. And mind you, $15,000 is a small budget wedding.